Commander Marcus Chen had seen many worlds in his 23 years of deep space exploration, but nothing had prepared him for the sight before him. The crystalline throne room of Zephyria Prime stretched endlessly upward, its walls pulsing, with bioluminescent patterns that seemed to respond to every heartbeat. And there, seated upon a throne carved from a single piece of star-fallen meteorite, was the most magnificent being he had ever encountered. "She's the most stunning queen I've ever seen," he whispered to his communications officer, Helen Martinez, who stood rigid beside him in the diplomatic formation. The Queen of Zephyria was unlike anything in the galactic databases. Her skin held the lustrous quality of polished pearl, shifting between silver and gold as she moved. 6 arms moved with fluid grace, each ending in delicate fingers that seemed to manipulate the very air around her. Her eyes, 4 of them arranged in a diamond pattern, held depths that reminded Marcus of nebulae he'd witnessed being born in the void between stars. When she breathed, small motes of light danced around her form like fireflies celebrating summer. But it was more than her alien beauty that struck him. It was the intelligence that blazed behind those cosmic eyes, the way she held herself with the quiet confidence of someone who had never known defeat, never known fear. This was a being who commanded not through force but through the sheer magnitude of her presence. Helen shot Marcus a warning glance, but it was too late. The Queen's head turned slowly, deliberately, until those 4 mesmerizing eyes fixed directly upon him. The entire throne room fell silent. The diplomatic delegation from Earth, 12 of humanity's finest ambassadors, linguists, and military advisors, held their collective breath. Even the Zephyrian courtiers, tall, ethereal beings who floated rather than walked, seemed to freeze, in anticipation. When the Queen spoke, her voice was like music given form, each word resonating through the crystal chamber in harmonics that touched something deep in Marcus's chest. "The small biped speaks of beauty," she said, her 4 eyes never leaving his face. "Yet he knows nothing of what he sees." Ambassador Elsa Crawford, the mission's lead diplomat, stepped forward with practiced grace. "Your Majesty, please forgive Commander Chen's breach of protocol. We come before you with the utmost respect." The Queen raised one of her 6 hands, and Elsa's words died instantly. The gesture wasn't threatening, but it carried absolute authority. "No," the Queen said, still looking at Marcus. "Let the small one speak. He sees beauty where others see alien strangeness. This is interesting." Marcus felt every eye in the chamber upon him. This was the moment that could make or break humanity's first contact with the Zephyrian Empire, a civilization that controlled 17 star systems and possessed technology that made Earth's greatest achievements look like stone tools. He took a step forward, his military training warring with an inexplicable sense that honesty, not diplomacy, was what this moment demanded. "Your Majesty," he began, his voice steadier than he felt. "I spoke without thinking, but I won't apologize for recognizing beauty when I see it." He met her 4-eyed gaze directly. "Where I come from, we believe that true beauty comes from strength, wisdom, and the courage to lead. You possess all 3 in abundance." A sound rippled through the Zephyrian courtiers, something between wind chimes and distant laughter. The Queen's expression remained unreadable for several heartbeats that felt like centuries. Then, something extraordinary happened. She smiled. It was nothing like a human smile, but the warmth of it was unmistakable. The bioluminescent patterns on the chamber walls began to pulse faster, brighter, as if responding to her mood. "Strength," she repeated, testing the word. "Wisdom. Courage." She rose from her throne, and Marcus realized she stood nearly 9 feet tall, her presence filling the vast space around her. "And what of your species, small biped? Do you possess these qualities that you so easily recognize?" This was the test, Marcus realized, not just of him, but of all humanity. The wrong answer here could doom Earth to isolation or worse. "We do," he said without hesitation. "We've crossed the void between stars with ships built from our planets, metals, and our own determination. We've faced the unknown again and again, not because we had no fear, but because we refuse to let fear stop us. We've made mistakes, terrible ones, but we've learned from them. And we're still here, still reaching, still hoping to find others like us in this vast universe. The queen descended the steps of her throne with fluid grace, each footfall creating small ripples of light across the crystal floor. She stopped just within arm's reach of Marcus, towering over him. "Others like you," she mused, tilting her head in a gesture that was somehow both alien and familiar. "But we are not like you, small one." "No," Marcus agreed. "But that's what makes this beautiful too. You're not human, but you understand honor, dignity, the responsibility of leadership. Those aren't human traits. They're the traits of any people worthy of the stars." For a long moment, the queen studied him with all four eyes. Then she did something that no one in the chamber expected. She extended one of her 6 hands toward Marcus, not in greeting, but in a gesture of equals meeting for the first time. "Commander Marcus Chen of Earth," she said, somehow knowing his full name though it had never been spoken in her presence. "Your words carry the weight of truth. Perhaps our peoples have more in common than appearance would suggest." As Marcus reached out to accept her hand, Helen whispered into her communicator, "Mission Control, this is Martinez. First contact protocol successful. The Queen of Zephyria has agreed to formal negotiations." But Marcus barely heard her words. As his small human hand touched the Queen's elegant fingers, he felt the electric thrill of 2 civilizations meeting not as conqueror and conquered, not as superior and inferior, but as equals who had both, dared to dream beyond the boundaries of their home worlds. The Queen's smile widened, and the crystal chamber filled with harmonious light. "Welcome to Zephyria Prime," she said. "Let us speak of the future."